right? You should not show the interviewer that you're nervous. Little nervousness is always okay, which is fine, but that should not stop you from speaking and expressing yourself. That should not stop you from because we don't always get that opportunity. Sometimes you might have 100 people sitting for that one role, right? So if you are nervous in that 5-10 minutes, that opportunity is gone. So do not be nervous. In your body language, look confident, right? Have an eye contact with the interviewer. Enter, sit down, smile. When you smile, you will also feel relaxed. The interviewer also will feel at ease to ask questions to you, right? And the next bit is communication. It is very important that you talk very clearly. Sometimes people are so nervous that what they are saying, the front person cannot understand. And at that point of time, they'll have so many people to interview. They'll give you a few minutes. If you're still not able to, gather yourself up and speak clearly, then they will move and call the other candidate. So ensure to speak very clearly. Some people might feel hesitant with English, right? They might not be very fluent. It is okay, right? You can say while you enter the room and when you're sitting, you can say, I'm not very fluent in English, but I am working hard on that. I'm practicing every day. I'm trying to learn from YouTube and internet and read a lot of books. So excuse me if I'm not able to communicate few things. You can ask me once again, and I can slowly take you over that. You can always say that, and interviewer will appreciate that you're an honest person. You have spoken about your weakness, but also you have spoken about that you're working on it. You're trying to improve and learn, right? So that ways you will not feel that burden, right? And always try to express your thoughts very clearly. Do not give long stories to explain one small thing. Keep it very simple, short, crisp lines where you explain yourself. And like I said, while you're communicating, make sure that you use some words which the person can understand, that what kind of behavioral skills you have and technical skills you have, right? Next thing is, and last thing is, attitude. It is very important to have a pleasant attitude. Do not be arrogant. Always have a very soft face with a smile. Or if you have any doubts, ask them to repeat the question. You can say, sorry, could you repeat that? I did not get that. You do not hesitate, right? Have a positive attitude, have a flexible attitude. So this was during the interview. How do you need to conduct and behave, right? Any questions in this, guys? What is your question? Can you come closer to the mic?
How much time we have to take to introduce ourselves, ma'am?
I think you can take about 2 to 3 minutes, not beyond that. Because if someone is talking more than 3 minutes, I think it will one song will finish in 3 minutes, right? It will become too boring and long. So you can take about 2 minutes or 3 minutes to introduce yourself. And like I said, go for power introduction. You can say, see, if I'm asking that, I say, hey Sejal, come inside and sit down, then I should not say my name is Sejal, because the interviewer knows your name is Sejal, right? So you will not say, you will not repeat. So don't waste time in repeating something. If they ask you, can you introduce yourself, and they don't know your name, then you can say, hi, my name is Sejal, I've done my BCom. Then you can, you can explain about yourself. Like I mentioned about power introduction, you can say what you're passionate about, what trainings you have done, and things like that. And all that within 2 minutes or 3 minutes max, you should be able to finish. Do not drag it too much. All right. Was I able to answer your question?
And I have one more question.
Yeah.
Is it important to add strengths and weakness in a self-introduction?
Yeah.
Strengths and weakness we had to add.
Okay. So, see, personally, I feel you shouldn't speak about your strength and weakness immediately in your introduction. Just speak about your strengths, about your technique, your behavioral skills, that I'm a flexible person, I'm a committed person, blah blah blah, I'm very adaptable, I'm a quick learner. You can speak like that. Do not speak about your weakness in your self introduction. There will definitely be a question from interviewer when he or she wants to know what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. At that point of time, there is no person in this world who does not have a weakness. Not me. I don't think Bala, and I don't think none of you who does not have a weakness. We all have weaknesses, whether in professional life, whether in personal life, and that's what makes us human, right? So do not ever say that I do not have any weakness. But when you are answering this question, be a little smart. Talk about your weakness. For example, if I'm saying that I cannot say no to somebody, and that is why weakness. But how will I change that into a positive thing is, I will say, I think I cannot say no to somebody, and that is my weakness, but I have started working on that. Now, when I'm asked to do something or someone is telling me to do something, I think about the positive things and negative things about it, and then I decide whether I should do that thing or not do that thing. And if I feel that I should not be doing that, I very politely go and tell that person that I don't think I can do this right now, because I have a lot of other things which I'm busy and committed with, and that is very time consuming, right? If things change, I will definitely reach out to you. Now, what I have done here is, I spoke about my weakness, but I also spoke about how I am turning my weakness into my strength, right? And when I'm showing how I'm turning my weakness into my strength, I am actually changing and showing myself in a positive light, that I am aware of my weakness, and I am also aware of how I should improve that, and slowly change my weakness into my strength, right? So when your weakness is asked, do not get too complicated and say things like that. I had some students earlier who would say that, when I see somebody very poor on the road, then I give money to them. I cannot control. Don't say things like that, right? Tell things which can be relating to your work. Say that you are not good with time management, or you have to improve your time management. You can say that I'm not very good with time management. Sometimes I take a lot of time, but I have already started working on it. Now what I have done is, I put a timetable and I prioritize what work has to be delivered quickly. I have less time for it, so I finish that work first, and less important things I do later on. So this can be very applicable in your job for a day-to-day work, right? So you can speak about time management. You can speak about not being able to tell no to people. You can speak about communication. You can say that, I think communication, speaking in public speaking is my weakness. And but I decided that in the next few months, if not completely losing the fear of speaking in public, but at least I will be confident to speak in a small group of people. So I have started reading a lot about it, watching a lot of YouTube videos on self-confidence, public speaking, and I'm trying to improve myself. I look in the mirror and try to speak so that I gain confidence. Now these things are very simple, they're very practical. 80% of people everywhere will have some issue or the other, especially public speaking. Not everyone is confident about it. So when you speak about these 2-3 things, they will understand, which are very practicable, and you are already turning that, you're working towards to improve that, and that will be more like a positive point. Was I able to answer your question, or you want some more examples on this?
No, ma'am, it's fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Great. All right. Any more questions on this? Sorry?
Yeah, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you suggest me how do I answer for the question? Why should I hire you during the interview?
Why should I?
How should I answer for the question?
Which question?
Why should I hire you? This is my question.
Oh, why should I hire you is the question. Again, when this question is why should I hire you, you should keep two things in mind. Like I told you, before you go for the interview, you should read the job description. Now imagine the job description is of a customer service team, right? So when you say that, when they ask you why should I hire you, you should say that I read your job description and it speaks about a person who is, like, for customer service, basically they need to be very empathetic, patient, and good with communication and problem solving. What is empathetic? Empathetic means they can feel the problem of the customer, right? That means empathetic. Next is problem solving. That means your nature is, if anyone comes to you with any problems, you will think how to resolve it, right? So that is problem solving. Patient over here comes in picture. Why patient comes in picture over here? Because you should have patience to sit and listen to a problem. So when you're sitting and listening, only when you listen to somebody you will understand the total problem. So when you speak about it, you can say that I saw that you need somebody who is empathetic, who is skilled, and who has good communication, and I feel I have all of those skills. I'm a very, very empathetic person. When you tell this, they will ask you for example. I will tell you how to answer that also, right? So you can say that I'm a very empathetic person, I'm a very patient listener. When anyone comes to me, before judging or asking too many questions, I listen to them till the end and understand what they are trying to go. And my problem and my solution, my not solution, but my thing is to find a solution for them, right? My job is to find a solution, and I start thinking for a solution. I'm a very quick thinker. Whenever a situation is given to me, I can quickly think, right? So always try to relate this question to the job description they have, that you are the perfect match according to the job description. When you are introducing yourself, use few words from the job description itself, which they have. That is one thing which you can add while you are answering that why they should hire you. The second thing is, bring in your behavioral skills. Say that I'm a very quick learner. Whatever job you give me, I can put my 100% and learn. I will never say no to learning, right? And I can work with a team very quickly. So I think that is more than enough. As a fresher, that is more than enough for you to tell them why they should hire you. Connect two things. One is from job description, as to you have those kind of skills. Talk about that. And the second thing is, bring in your own behavioral skills, that you are hardworking, you're adaptable, you're a quick learner, you like learning new things, right? Was I able to answer your question?
Thank you.
All right. Now, what do we do after an interview? There's nothing really we can do after an interview. We just need to relax, right? So all the hard work has to be done before and during an interview. Now, sorry?
Good morning, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, if we don't know, if they ask any question, means if don't know means how we can answer them.
See, in any interview, there will be three kind of questions. One question will be about you. So there is nothing about you which you cannot answer. Second will be about your academics or relating to whatever job you're doing, right? That will be a second question. And that I will tell you how to be able to answer that. And the third question is a very, very theoretical question, situational based questions. In that question, everyone will have an answer. You just need to know how to frame the answer and give, right? And if they suddenly ask you an out of the box question that which you are not able to answer, just smile and say, I'm sorry, but I do not have the answer for this, right? But most likely, I don't think anyone wants to put you in a situation where you cannot answer, right? Now, for example, they can ask you, I was just giving a customer service example, in that they, when I'm saying I have a problem solving attitude, when I have a problem solving attitude means I always try to resolve problems whoever comes to me. They will say, can you give me an example for this? At that point of time, you cannot say I don't have an example, because if you're saying I'm adaptable, you should be able to justify how you are adaptable. If you're hardworking, you should be able to say, how are you hardworking? So anything you say, you should have an example for it. Whenever you are giving an example, always use the star method. What is a star method here? Star method means situation, task, action, result. Please make a note of this, guys. This is a very, very important thing. Whenever you are answering a question, you will answer in this format. Situation, S. So remember star, STAR. S is situation, T is task, A is action, R is result. Now, what does this mean? So when I'm asked to give an example for how can I resolve problems, I can say that when I was in college, I had my friend who was not very good in mathematics, or was not very good in some subjects. Say mathematics is a subject, right? So she was not very good in mathematics, and she came to me asking me, Sejal, how do you score good marks in mathematics? I have tried so hard. I cannot understand these problems. I cannot understand what the professor is explaining. And we have our final exam in 3 months now. So at that point of time, when she came to me, I realized that there are only 3 months. I have to prepare for my own exams. But because she is my friend and I wanted to help her, I made a plan for her. Every morning, I asked her to come and meet me, and we would study for 2 hours, right? Or you can change the story how you want to say. You need to have a story, right? You need to make examples out of your daily life, and ensure that you keep some examples with you like this. So I would say that I made a plan for my friend. I asked her to come every day, morning or evening after school. 2 hours we would sit and go through problems. I would do it step by step and explain logically to her. I explained logic of the problems, and the best solution for it is practice. The more you keep practicing, the more you keep understanding, and you will become good at it. So every day 2 hours we used to study, and then we used to decide for next day what we will read and come. So she would also read, I would also read. Next, when we meet, we would clarify and explain that chapter to each other, and then we would solve the problems. After that, we started doing test samples. I went to my teacher, I asked them to give me some sample questions, which we used to sit and solve every day. And in 2 months time, I was able to improve myself. Earlier my friend was getting 30-40 marks, and this time in the internal exam she got 60 marks or 70 marks or 50 marks, right? So I was slowly able to help her, and then she got the habit of making a timetable of as to what she wants to learn, how to improve herself, and what she needs to improve on. So I was able to help her like that. Now in this example, I explained 2 to 3 things. I explained that I solved her problem. The next thing I explained is I have a helping nature. That means if someone comes to me with a problem, I'll simply not say I'm busy. I will try to help that person out. And I was able to, the third thing is I was able to teach. So when you can help somebody, when you can resolve the problem, you can make a plan. And the third thing is you can teach somebody, you can help somebody learn from you. So these 3 things, these attributes are very, very important for you in your job, day-to-day job. Anybody will want such kind of person, right? Even when you when you join a job, you will have 2 months, 2 weeks, 4 weeks training. That person who's training you also once upon a time probably was like you, right? They were able to learn and now they are able to explain. So these are some very attributes. This is one example, right? You can have many examples about leadership skills. You can have examples about a lot of other things. Any example you have to answer in the star format. How was this the star format? Now situation was, the girl came to me with a problem. What was my task over here? My task was to solve the problem by helping the girl learn mathematics. What was my action? The action I took was that I made a plan. We both were sitting together every day 2 hours after school or college, and then we were studying every day, and we were reaching out to our teacher and asking for some problems, our ma'am, and she helped us with giving some test problems. What was the result was that in her internal exam she was able to score well, right? Did you all understand this example, guys?
Yes, madam.
So any question which is asked, an example has to be given. Please quickly come up with an example. Sometimes we might not have done in our lives, which is okay. You can take an example from somewhere and then still give an example. But ensure that you give it in star format so it is easy for you to explain what was the situation, what was the task, what actions did you take, what was the result. The person who is understanding, interviewer will also understand very well that you have a very systematic approach, that how well you have explained clearly. You knew what was the problem, what was the task for you to do, what action did you take, and what was the result, right? I'll give you another example on this. Now say they will ask, you will say I have leadership skills. They will ask you, can you give me an example of a leadership skill you have? Then you will say, I don't know. You cannot say that. Then you can quickly give an example. I was given a school project, or my college project. I was given a college project. In that college project, I was made the team leader, right? Many of you all might have these college projects which you'll need to do on some subject or something. You can say I was made the team leader. So at that point of time, we had only 2 weeks to complete the project. Now we had to decide a topic. So what I did was, because I was a team leader, I chose a simple topic which we can solve in 2 weeks' time. I first sat with everyone, discussed with everyone, and decided a topic. After the topic was decided, I segregated responsibilities. So, say I had 4 people in my team, including me, right? So, I segregated responsibilities that a person will take responsibility of research, person B will take responsibility of drawing and making the file and project. C will take the responsibility of doing the research bit of it, and D will do the presentation in front of the class and front of teacher, right, front of your man. So responsibilities were segregated. Every day I would follow up with everybody to ensure that the responsibility, whatever task was there, is completed. What is the status? Where are we? Within 2 weeks' time, we were able to successfully complete our project, and this showed that I have leadership skills, because I was able to understand the problem. I was able to divide the work between everyone, follow up with them on a daily basis to check the status, and ensure that the task is completed in 2 weeks' time, and everyone had equal opportunity to complete a task, right? So I was able to do that, and that is exactly leadership skill. Leadership skill is about how to solve a problem, how to make everyone understand and follow your instructions, and you timely follow up with them. As a leader, you don't only give instructions, but you also work with them, understand and help them, and deliver the problem. Deliver the topic or whatever it is, deliver the project in 2 weeks' time, right? So They can ask you questions basis any of these, and you should be able to come up with simple examples like this. They don't have to be very big. It could be a small example of your personal life also. They can ask you, you said you are a quick learner. What did you learn very quickly? You can say, I was not very good in English, but I realized one day that English is very important to succeed in life. So I started learning, reading a lot of books. I started watching news channels. I started watching a lot of YouTube videos on grammar and all of that. And I started practicing. And I realized that within 2 months' time, I was able to communicate without halting and speaking. Like, it's simple example as that. You can take any example to show how you are learning, what kind of skills you have, what kind of attitude and behavior you have. You have a growth attitude. That means you believe in growing and learning all the time, right? So they will ask you questions and you will be able to answer, but you should be able to answer with with an example which you should be able to think quickly, right? And at some point, an odd way, you do not know an answer for something, you can say, I'm sorry, I do not, I do not know the answer, can you ask me any other question? You can politely say that, right? Guys, were you able to understand? So guys, basically these are our main things, right? These are our main things for an interview, to be able to know about ourselves very well, uh, build our resume very well, have a power introduction, have examples while you're explaining, keep your introduction short and crisp. Do not drag it with too many things. My hobby is my family. Yeah, when they ask you, you can simply quickly say, I have 4 people in my family, I have 3 people in my family, and my father is doing this, my mother is a housewife, or my mother is working, whatever. But keep it very short. That is when they ask. Otherwise, focus on how you can show that you are good for the organization, why they should hire you, what do you know about the company. Learn about your JD very well, read it thoroughly, and take points from your JD and include that in your self introduction, saying that I have those qualities, right? Make a good first impression, while whether it is while entering the room or whether it's a video interview. Dress crisply, neatly, look crisp, look confident, have an eye contact, smile, right? Body language again. If you're sitting on a chair, don't slouch and sit like you are lying down. Sit straight with a straight back, and always make the person feel you are a very smart and crisp person, right? I spoke about the handshake. Again, keep your hands neat and clean. We spoke about the star technique. Guys, do you have any questions on the star technique? This is a very important thing, and initially it can be confusing, but this is a very important thing which will be very helpful for you. Do you have any questions on the star technique? Do you want me to explain what does the technique actually mean, or you guys are good with the examples I gave? Do you need any more examples? Does everyone understand star technique? Situation, task, action, result.
Yes, ma'am, we are very clear with your post example.
Very good. Still, I'm sure you, like you said, you all are very clear on it, but I will give one last example for star technique. Imagine you are going in a car in a jungle area, right? And suddenly it is getting dark and the car stops. You don't have any phone connection. Now, what will you do? What is the situation over here? Can any one of you all tell me what is the situation? Sorry? I can't understand, guys. Any one of y'all, can you all come nearer to the mic and tell me what is the situation over here? This, yeah. Sorry, sorry, your voice is breaking, ma. Can you repeat that?
Madam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Yes. We'll get scared at that moment.
Yeah. That is not the situation that you're scared. The situation here is that you are stuck in a jungle. Yes? In a forest. Your situation is that you are stuck in a forest. What will your task be? Your task will be to get out of the forest as soon as possible. Yes? What will be the action you will take here? The action is you will try to walk quickly, or you will try to find if somebody is available there. That is your action. Or you will keep walking quickly before it gets dark so that you can get out of the forest. What will be the result? The result will be either you will get out of the forest soon because you are walking continuously, or you will find some kind of help. Yes? So this is called STAR. That is situation, task, action, result. Similarly, in examples also, when you are giving, you should be able to very clearly explain what was your situation. They can ask you, give us an example where you were able to quickly complete a task under lot of pressure. Right? They can ask you that question, that tell me a time where you had a lot of pressure while you were doing something. So at that point, I can say, what is my situation over here? I will have to understand and explain that first. I can say during my examination, before 2-3 months before my final examination, I lost my notes. Now that is my situation, that I lost my notes. Now, what is my task over here now? My task was to somehow get some notes, and so that I can start preparing for my final exam. So what did I do? When I lost my notes, I was suddenly under a lot of pressure, and because of that pressure, I was not able to think. And then I realized that I can take my friend's notes, and I took Xerox of that. But there were a lot of notes I had written for myself. So what I did, I took the Xerox of my friend's notes and I started going through. What was my action I took over here? I started going through the notes and then quickly started making my own notes next to it, so that I have my friend's notes also and I have my notes to understand also. And because of taking the Xerox and writing the notes and making my own notes on a daily basis, I started spending 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. I was able to again write down notes for my entire syllabus, and by the examination I practiced also, and I was able to comfortably pass my examination. It's a very simple example which I gave, right? But it spoke about a problem under lot of pressure. Suddenly you lose your notes in front of examination, you'll be under lot of pressure. Then what you did, your task was to somehow get the notes. The action you took, you got the Xerox, you started reading it every day, morning and afternoon. You made your own notes also. For reference, you had your friends' notes. What was your result? The result was you were able to pass and you were able to go through the examination comfortably. Now, this is a simple example of STAR technique, right? Where you understand the situation, task, action, and result, and every example you explain in this fashion, you will be able to understand. The interviewer will be able to understand, and he can perfectly understand if you go in the sequence. You will have to practice this a lot. Keep writing it down sometimes. Have examples for leadership skills, for hardworking, for quick learner, for adaptable. Sometimes they can ask you for adaptable. You said you are very adaptable. Can you give me an example? What example will you say? Some of you all might say that for my degree, I had to go away from my parents. I never stayed away from my parents. For the biggest challenge for me was to stay alone and in an unknown environment and learn new things. So when I moved out, so my situation is I have to go and study in a different place. Now, what I did, my task was to get comfortable and become confident and live alone. What action did I did? I started slowly. Where I went, I started speaking to people, getting to know them. I started doing things on my own, so I gained a lot of confidence. I became independent also, and I learned to interact with people. I was shy before, so I learned and interacted with people, and within 4 months, 5 months, I became very comfortable and confident living outside. So I faced my fear of living outside, and I adapted to a new environment, and I was able to make a lot of friends and learn new things. It is a simple example, but you were able to explain it in star format, in star technique, and the person will be able to understand what you're saying also, right? So guys, I think more or less this is what our quick interview skill tips were. Following star format, being confident, power introduction. If you don't know a question, if you're not able to think an answer, politely say that I do not know an answer. Can you give me another question? Or ask, if you don't understand a question, ask them to explain, and be confident and carry yourself well, right? So I hope this was helpful, guys. Do you have any more questions for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, ma. You have a question?
Yes, ma'am. Can you suggest for the question how much salary you are expecting?
I don't think we should anytime say that I want this or I want that. Personally, I feel when it is your first job, and if they ask you how much salary you're expecting, you can always say that whatever this job role demands, that salary is good enough. My important thing from this job is to gain experience, to learn new things, and to work in this company, and build up on my experience on this should be your answer. Never say I want this much or I want that much, because every company has a bracket. If it is your first job, they will have a bracket. If you ask more than that, you will not get, or if you say less than what they are offering, they will not give you less, right? Every salary bracket will be there, and they will give you that bracket only. Mostly people of that level will get around the same range. Salary question comes to people who have few years of work experience, right? At that point of time, that question becomes important, not for a fresher. When they ask you what are you expecting, you can say that whatever this role demands, I'm okay with the salary. My main focus is first to get a job and get the experience, and experience a corporate culture, you should say. Yeah. Okay, any more questions, guys?
No, ma'am.
All right, guys, so this is from my side. Hope this session was helpful for you guys. Please remember a few things which I've told you about the star technique: power introduction, being confident, having a crisp resume, carry yourself well, and I guess you guys will do well. Bala has this slide. If you want any links from this, Bala will be able to share it with you. Hope this session was helpful for you guys.
Yes, ma'am. Your content and everything is so clear to us, and it is so insightful session. And ma'am, could you please share this slide with us so that we
Yeah,
will go
so Bala has the slide. I think he should be able to share that with you guys, right? I'm glad that I was able to help you folks. And if there's any other help required, you can please let Bala know, and he can reach out to me separately. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Bala. So we are done with the session, Bala.
Yeah, thank you, Sejal. Thanks for your time, even though you are busy. Guys, I think you all understand. Sure, I'll forward this slides to you. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Thank you so much. Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thank you all. Yeah.